Okay, hi guys, and welcome to the show. Today, a very quick video, and I really do mean quick video today because it's like 90 degrees. Yesterday was unbelievably hot. No more tweed jackets, no more blazers. The Lacoste shirts are back. Yeah, and I have construction work going on outside, so I have to keep the windows shut. And then when I'm recording, I can't turn on the air conditioning, so it's a complete nightmare. So I'm just gonna, make this video as quick as I can before I start sweating profusely. Anyway, I've been a terribly, frightfully naughty boy, and yeah, I've swapped my Sinn 104 for a Rolex Explorer, no doubt. Let me explain. So let's roll the intro and get into today's video. Okay, welcome back guys. Now, quick wristwatch check. I've only actually just popped this on for the video because I've been wearing the Explorer, as you would. So this is the A158W, lovely little retro Casio from the 80s. So what has happened to my Sinn? Well, actually I haven't swapped. Well, I have swapped it. I've traded it temporarily with the Right Honourable Giancarlo from the Facebook group. Also, he's a business partner. We work on a project together. Very good friend from New Jersey. You all saw him in the video when we went to check out that beautiful Rolex Daytona. So this is actually his, and I've lent him my Sinn 104. So yeah, of course, I'm not going to sell the Sinn 104 anytime soon. Unless I find that Sinn Navitimer with the moon face, but those are so rare, I don't doubt it's gonna ever happen. But anyway, so this is the reference 214270. This is the 2010 39mm. There was a big change in 2010. Rolex introduced this. Of course, it's been superseded now with the 2016 model. Now I have taken it off the bracelet because Giancarlo has, larger wrists than me. Well, everybody has larger wrists than me. I didn't want to take out the links or risk damaging it. However, I've got to say it's got the newer solid links. It's a very, very solid bracelet. That's without a doubt. So today I just wanted to quickly share my first initial impressions, because as you guys know, I'm considering one of these, and it's nice to get a little bit of time to get to know this 39mm version. I've only handled the 36mm version. And actually guys, this is a good point to make. If you can try a watch on or borrow a watch before you buy, especially something as expensive as this, it really assists, in making sure when you're spending so much money that it's the right watch. So what are the improvements? Well, of course it has the newer chromalite lume in it, but the biggest change is that increase in size of the case and diameter. Also with this particular model, they upgraded to the 31-32 caliber movement, if I recall correctly, which replaced the 31-30. So you have the new parachrome hairspring in there and the Paraflex shock absorbers. Guys, I'm terrible with reference number. If I get this completely wrong, please forgive me. I can't remember my own phone number, let alone left and right, so calibers and reference numbers is a nightmare. But anyway, what am I saying? Yeah, it's the heat. I think it's getting to my brain. So yeah, it's got the new upgrades to the movement, which is fantastic. The parachrome hairspring is of course anti-magnetic, and the Paraflex shock absorbers just make this really how it was intended to the 1950s original, which was of course something robust, relatively simple without complications, because it was designed specifically, as the name Explorer suggests, for harsh conditions, really rugged, reliable. It's fantastic to get a hold of this one rather than the previous version. So if I remember correctly, this Rolex Explorer was the first steel watch to actually debut the Paraflex shock absorbers. Previously it had been in the Cellini Prince, I think, and what was the other one? Day date 2, that's right, the day date 2. Really, the movement is not that much different from the 3135. My favorite, it's just obviously without the date. And I've got to say that without having the date, symmetry, that tri-Arabic dial that I just love. I'm really starting to appreciate watches without a date. There is something to be said about its uncomplicated nature. I really like how they've made the minute track slightly more accentuated on the hours. I adore the three-dimensional aspect of the numerals. Although the loomed ones I'm sure looks terrific and is more legible at low light, of course. The dial is a little bit more glossy than I expected. I'll put it on because I think the main reason why, you know, what I wanted to experience about this size was to make sure that going 36mm is the correct choice. And what's really interesting is the change between this and the previous version. They added 0.5 of a millimeter in height, but the lug to lug is bigger. I believe the lugs are a little bit more pronounced, so it wears similar to my Pepsi GMT, which is quite interesting, but it's still quite a flat profile. It wears very dressy, which of course is the polar opposite to what it was intended to. However, there is an understated class about it. There is an elegance to it. I think it's to do with its simplicity. And also, it's not the loud, showy Rolexes we're all used to. I am, of course, going to do a full review, guys, so this is just the first impressions. So do stay tuned. There's a lot to talk about. Its rich heritage, the evolution between the models, how this differs from previous to the next one. The fit and finish is everything I would expect. You know, there's no surprise there. At the moment, I have it on a British Racing Green NATO strap. And actually, I tried it with a whole bunch of different colors. It's extremely versatile. This is another benefit of going with a watch that's more, I don't want to say simpler, but yeah, well, it is more simple, but more minimalist in design. Black, after all, does go with everything. I think this is going to make a wonderful everyday type of watch. I also really love the way they've done the rehaul. A lot more subtle than, let's say, the one on my Submariner. I'll try and insert some shots so you can see what I mean. It's barely noticeable. Again, in keeping with the whole Explorer's aesthetic. Now, this is slightly more expensive than the 36mm, as you would imagine. This size appeals to more people, or more wrists, so to speak. So for me, I'm probably going to get a better deal going 36mm. And I think this does confirm that I want to go 36mm. Although I think it does wear pretty well, and obviously it's a little bit more legible being larger. It's made me, yeah, I'm definitely going to get an Explorer. What can I say? So it'll be really interesting to catch up with Giancarlo. I'm going to make sure we get it on camera and see his impressions of my Sinn 104. I think he's going to love it. He already does. When we first exchanged a watch, we had a meeting last night, a business meeting last night. He's been toying with the idea of getting a Sinn. He really wants to get a German watch in his collection. I don't think he has one. I do think having a German watch in there, but you know, we all know that the Germans have one of the richest, longest history of watchmaking. The emphasis is on the Swiss and the Japanese, of course, but for me, it's very important to have a German watch in the collection. So guys, don't worry, my Sinn hasn't gone anywhere. It's just over the river there in New Jersey. I'm gonna have to do a ton of research. It's gonna be very fun learning about this piece. I also do appreciate the fact that it has a screw down crown. I think it's 100 meters of water resistance. I'll do all the facts in the full review. It's a little bit shame it doesn't have drilled lug holes. I would have loved it to have drilled lug holes. It really is a strap monster. There's no doubt about it. You can already tell. As for the bracelet, I gotta say it's excellent. It's excellent. The links, the actual bracelet part, excluding the clasp, is the same as on my Submariner. This clasp, I've had a similar version
on previous Datejust, modern incarnations of the Datejust. It's fantastic. It does have, let me just open it up so you can see, it does have the Easy Link system there, which is great, but when you go glide lock, there's no coming back. There really isn't coming back. It's still to this day the best clasp. So I'm a little bit spoiled. But anyway, massive thank you to Giancarlo for lending me this, trusting me with his beloved, because this is very, very special to him. I'm going to do the full review, hopefully, probably next week or the week after, depends. I'm very, very behind, especially with all this construction work and the sweltering heat, because I can't record with the aircon on, so it mucks up the sound. So I'm running a little bit behind. I'm already sodden wet. My back is sticking to the chair. Anyway, before I go, I just want to give out another prize for Seiko Saturday. I haven't done one for a while. Tomorrow will be Saturday if you're watching this on Friday. And I'm gonna give the prize to Ace from the Facebook group. He submitted this fantastic Seiko Saturday post in the UGWC of his modded SKX. He calls this the SKX 747 because obviously it's aviation inspired. Look at this mod, incredible. What I love about this picture is it really does remind me of the iconic painting American Gothic by Grant Wood. I think it's the barns in the background. And also it's such a cool mod, which is a wonderful thing about the SKX, that you can really get that individual touch to it. It's unlike any other, well, unless you have it made specifically to this. But I love that little second hands with the jet plane on the tip. Really, it's pure class, my friend. So, as a prize, I will be sending you a G-Shock. This is the DW56. The classic G-Shock. I know from your posts on Facebook you're a gym guy. I don't know if you have a G-Shock, so hopefully this will help out in your workouts. I wear a G-Shock every single day for my cardio and for my workout as well. So I'll be sending this to you. Please do email me your details and I'll make sure this gets to you as soon as possible. I'm gonna leave it there. Just a very quick first impressions. Actually, I just noticed I'm doing an involuntary Schwarzkopf. I think I will stay. What a combination. Anyway, guys, short and sweet. I'm roasting, boiling. Please don't forget to add your thoughts, queries, comments, opinions, all the rest of it down below. Have a wonderful weekend. Thank you very, very much for watching. Please don't forget to like this video if you enjoyed it and found it useful. And I will catch you in the next one. Okay, ciao.